Please make sure this is anonymous. My boyfriend and I have been together for almost 2 years. We're very serious. A little over a year ago, he told me he's uncomfortable with me watching adult movies. I'm just going to censor anything that YouTube or Instagram might be unhappy about. And I reciprocated the same feelings in regards to him. So he said he won't be watching adult movies anymore. We sleep together on a regular basis and have lots of pictures and videos of each other. I asked him many times over the course of the year if he had watched adult movies since he promised and swore to me he hadn't. But 2 days ago I asked him to be honest and he admitted to watching it a lot of times in the past year. I don't know how to trust him as even initially in our relationship he cheated on me a couple of times. Okay then. But I let go of that eventually. Is he worth trusting? And when is it enough for you to know if it's over? I ask this because he has lied to me about a lot of things in our relationship constantly, and I don't know if it's how people are or if he's not doing right by me at all. So you're aware that he's cheated on you multiple times, he's lied to you about multiple things, and you're asking me if you can trust him. The biggest sign that you can't trust someone is that if you catch them lying to you about something, yet alone cheating on you, which is probably the most untrustworthy act you can commit on someone when in a relationship with them, because a relationship's whole definition is exclusivity between two individuals. Therefore, someone cheating on you in a relationship is the biggest breach of the relationship's invisible contract of exclusivity. Therefore, if you ask me, no, you cannot trust him, right? He's cheated on you, you caught him lying multiple times. These are the only things someone would be doing if they were untrustworthy in a relationship anyway. They'd be cheating on you and they'd be lying about things. So there's nothing else he could be doing. That he's lying to you and he's cheating on you. What else could he be doing in the background? So he's very untrustworthy. I mean, I would tell you to break up with him, but I know you're probably not going to do that because it's a lot easier said than done to just, pick up your bags and leave someone who you're in love with. And I understand that. Right? When you've been with someone for a very long time, it's so much easier said than done to just be able to recognize that you're in an unhealthy situation, pick up your bags and leave. However, what I would still say on the topic of the adult movies thing is, I don't think that's a big deal. Most guys today do watch adult movies and they do relieve themselves to it. Personally, I have my reservations against it. If you want a bit of a scientific explanation on it, right? It's just not good for your brain because the guy's training his brain to be turned on by what he's seeing on his screen, which is virtual, right? So for two reasons, right? The first reason is he's getting turned on by something virtual, which is not representative of a real life scenario where everything is physical, right? And the second reason is he might be watching weird categories, which is hard for him to replicate in real life. In the sense that, if he's watching threesomes with two girls, how often is my man going to be having threesomes with two girls in real life? So he's training his brain to get turned on by that on the screen, and then in real life he's with one ting, which is you. So it's for those two reasons not good for your brain. So I personally stray away from that, and I think as a male, having your testosterone levels quite high can keep you motivated to do things. And if you're frequently relieving yourself to adult movies, you are putting yourself into a scenario where your motivation will be quite low, your testosterone is quite low, and I personally just like to have my testosterone high. So I have my own reservations with it, but they're different from the ones you have. Your reservations on it are, I don't want my man to be watching adult movies because this is him having attention of a sexual nature towards other girls that aren't me, right? That's what you're thinking. And to be honest, I slightly disagree with you there. I understand the premise of where you're coming from, but I would have to disagree because I think whether you know it or not, most guys are doing that today. Most guys do watch adult movies and most guys do relieve themselves to it, right? So it's good that he's even admitting it to you because most guys, their girlfriends would never know about it. And I'm not trying to condone guys lying about this kind of stuff, but it's just such a personal thing. You don't have to tell anyone you're doing this kind of stuff. So the fact he's admitted it to you in itself is good, right? But you shouldn't be all up in his business to even know that he's doing that. I mean, genuinely, if you're on your purpose and you're on your grind and you're on your hustle and you're busy and you see your partner maybe once or twice a week to share a beautiful day and then you go back to your life, you shouldn't know enough about what he's doing to know if he's watching adult movies. That's what I'm saying. In an ideal relationship, you're not close enough to this nitty-gritty information to let minor stuff like this affect you. And again, if we look at the premise of why you're being affected by this, it's coming out of the fact that you don't want him to be getting pleasure of watching other girls on his screen. But let me tell you something, right? Whether or not you're aware if he's doing this kind of stuff, he would be doing, most guys would be doing it anyway, as I said to you, right? He could say to you, I'm not doing that. And then he could be doing it. And even if he says to you, I'm not doing it, you're going to be paranoid that he is doing it, right? So what I'm trying to say is, this is why, guys, this is why when I make my videos, I talk about having hobbies, having a purpose, keeping yourself busy, because minute stuff like this doesn't affect you when you are on your hustle and you are on your purpose. Okay, when you are on your purpose in life and you are doing things that you should be doing, minute things like your partner watching adult movies, this is such an irrelevant, insignificant thing. It doesn't impact you. And when irrelevant, insignificant things like this doesn't impact you, not only are you more durable, but you're also coming across more attractive to your partner, because they can see that you're not affected, you're not phased by these little bugs on the window shield of your relationship. You're on your purpose, you're on your grind, you're driving down the motorway at 120 kilometers per hour. You're not affected by little things hitting your windshield. So understand what I'm saying. I understand why you're uncomfortable with him watching adult movies, but you should be too busy to be focusing on minute little things like this, right? You need to be on your purpose, on your grind, and this stuff shouldn't even bother you, right? It shouldn't even bother you. But I understand why it does. And you know my opinion on it. To conclude, I don't think you should be doing that, because I have my own opinions on why males should or shouldn't be doing that. But I slightly disagree with you that you should be making such a big deal about it. However, the fact he's lied to you and cheated on you means he's untrustworthy. So that's my answer to you. He's not trustworthy. It is not normal for guys to cheat and lie, right? However, you're probably not going to break up with him because you've said you've been together for 2 years. You're very serious. I'd just keep my eye on him, man. I'd have my binoculars open to this guy at all times, because he doesn't sound like a very trustworthy individual, if you want my take on it. So yeah, there's no outstanding action from this video. The only thing I expect you to do is maybe keep more of a cautious eye on him, because I'm telling you, someone can cheat on you a few times, there's nothing stopping them from doing it again. Once someone breaches someone's trust like that, it's easier for them to repeat this action, okay? So yeah, keep an eye on this guy. I'm not advocating your relationship. I'm not a fan, if you want my opinion, but hey.